Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating and frankly infuriating story. The FAA's hiring scandal. It's a tale of ambition, thwarted dreams, and a systemic failure that's still reverberating through the aviation industry. Let's get started.
I'm eager to hear this. The title alone suggests a major mess. What's the core issue? Was it just incompetence or something more sinister?
It's more than incompetence. It's a complex web of factors. At the heart of it, the FAA abruptly changed its air traffic controller hiring process in 2013. They invalidated previous aptitude tests, introduced a bizarre biographical questionnaire, and essentially sidelined the Collegiate Training Initiative, CTI, programs designed to train future controllers. This left thousands of qualified candidates, many who'd invested years and significant resources, out in the cold.
Wow, that sounds incredibly unfair. So what was the reasoning behind this drastic change? Was it a cost-cutting measure?
Not exactly. The FAA claimed it was trying to increase diversity within the air traffic control workforce, which historically lacked representation from minority groups. They argued that the old aptitude test, while effective at predicting job performance, had an adverse impact on minority applicants. So they replaced it with a new system, hoping to achieve a better balance between diversity and performance.
But did they achieve that balance? Or did they just create a bigger problem?
That's the million-dollar question. The new biographical questionnaire was deeply flawed. It was filled with oddly weighted questions. And there was even evidence of cheating facilitated by a member of the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees, NBCFAE. The result? Thousands of qualified CTI graduates, many of them minorities, were rejected, while the overall quality of applicants likely decreased. The whole thing was a mess.
So the attempt to increase diversity backfired spectacularly? And what about the CTI programs? They were just abandoned?
Essentially, yes. The FAA abruptly cut off communication with the CTI schools, leaving them in the dark and undermining their years of successful training. The schools, many of which were at community colleges, were left scrambling to justify their existence and explain to their students why their hard work didn't guarantee a job.
This sounds like a major scandal. Did anyone try to hold the FAA accountable?
Absolutely. There was a class action lawsuit, congressional inquiries, and even FOIA requests that went all the way to the Supreme Court. It took years, but eventually Congress passed legislation overturning the use of the biographical questionnaire and requiring the FAA to give affected individuals a chance to reapply. But the damage was done. The whole process exposed a deep-seated lack of transparency and accountability within the FAA.
And what about the long-term consequences? Did this hiring scandal contribute to the current air traffic controller shortage?
Almost certainly. The scandal disrupted the pipeline, reduced the quality of applicants, and damaged the relationship between the FAA and its training partners. Current air traffic controllers have spoken about increased workloads and fatigue due to the shortage, which is a serious safety concern. The article even suggests that the FAA's actions may have been deliberate, a way to create a crisis that could justify privatization.
This is a shocking story. It highlights the unintended consequences of well-intentioned but poorly executed diversity initiatives. And the political fallout is just as messy, with the recent plane crash bringing the scandal back into the spotlight.
Exactly. The author does a great job of highlighting the partisan aspects of the issue, noting how both Democrats and Republicans have failed to adequately address the scandal. It's a cautionary tale about the importance of transparency, accountability, and getting the details right when implementing policy changes, especially those with significant consequences for individuals and national safety. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, and the author's call for a nuanced, bipartisan approach is crucial.
A truly compelling and disturbing story. Thanks for breaking it down for us. It's a must-listen for anyone interested in aviation, government, or just good investigative journalism.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.